Okay, how's everybody doing? So I've been feverishly building turnouts and I'm almost there as far as where I want to go before I start doing scenery and stuff and building out the terrain and the building flats at the back here, like the warehouses and so on. Okay, so I just want to talk about a couple of things. So this will be just sort of a layout update or vlog, okay? So I've basically built one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and then 10 is this three-way turnout, which is going to be on the end of this long number 10 left hand, which I'll use to branch off to the shops down in the far corner down there past the drill. All right, that's further progress. So that's the end of module B, and then module C runs up the other way, which I haven't even. Well, I have some ideas for that. Like I might Glover Road down there. For those of you that are just tuning in, you'll have to go back chronologically and see River Road and how I talked about it and how I really wanted to model it more prototypically. But anyway, this module B for sure is going to be the shops down there because I'm really into modeling locomotives. And I have lots of locomotives I want to model. Custom ones, custom paints, and kit bash and so on. Now this is Big Bend that I called, right? Like see here with these turnouts here, like in this corner. This is where all the action is going to be probably, right? Where there's interchange and, you know, switching, classification, and so on. Okay, so I'll just show you like this section here. I'll just show it to you on this plan right here. I'll show you what I changed a bit. Like this plan that you see here is fairly prototypical, except for this one line right here that I added in. But there was actually two lines like this, but this one ran parallel to this upper one, so I changed it because this is out of service now anyway. But I'm going to model it in service, except I'm just going to have one spur running down this way. And then this other one here, right here, is going to serve this steel company, which is active today, right? And I want to use this big parking lot here for trucks and just for, you know, for activity. So I can run a lot of flat cars possibly in there for operation. And then, of course, this lead, or actually this is more of a classification lead for the servicing the barge slip and the ferry comes in, right? You know, like all the cars get pulled off of here and then they come back to the turnout and then they're shoved out onto this long lead here. Prototypically, that's how the real railroad works on Annacis Island, right? Okay, and then you can see the long lead on the far end against the wall. There's enough there for a fairly hefty runaround there for 2 or 3 locomotives or a switcher with a few cars. Now, I can just use this lead here. I can run it out onto here, so there are actually 3 switch leads options for the barge slip. Okay, there's 3 options, right? I can go off here, or I can go down here to this one or this one here, but this is sort of the main here, and then I'll go off to the shops. And then there's a 3-way turnout right here, which will go down here like this. That's my number 10 turnout that I'm almost finished. So I'll be done my turnouts for this particular part of the build, which is halfway now, so I can start doing terrain modeling and, you know, some other fun stuff, right? But and then this line right here is going to be hand laid, and it's going to be code 50. Like this siding right here is going to be running along here parallel to this other code 70 line, so I can have, you know, cars sitting here, a couple locomotives or whatever, but it's going to be wider spacing ties in code 50, kind of down in the dirt, you know, grass kind of grown in, and I want to have a sort of rustic looking part of the line there. Whether it's like that on the prototype, I'm not sure. I can't tell by the Google Earth photographs, but what the code of the rail is. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that. So yeah, this has been a lot of work here, and I've been working quite a bit the last few days. That's why I haven't uploaded anything lately, because I just wanted to get, you know, some more substance done on the layout. So most of these are all wired now, except for this one, like these last 3, which I'll wire the bus wires in. So probably the next upload will be some test runs, you know, so I want to test run it all. And then, of course, I'll be painting it, like airbrushing it. Everything works flawlessly, which I'm really happy. Like, we're always happy when things happen like that, right? When all the track work is great and there's no derailments. And then I'm going to be using fast tracks, probably the Bullfrog style manual switch machines. I don't want tortoises. I get the tortoise thing, but I don't want to be looking at my command control when I'm throwing a switch. You know, I want to look at the layout, and you got to look at the command control enough as it is anyway with DCC, depending on which one you have. And I don't want to be looking for addresses just to throw a turnout. It's a short line. So I'm going to have all my turnout controls on the fascia, just like I had on Glover Road. I love them. You just reach, you don't even have, like, you get to know where they are after a while with muscle memory, and you just pull it or push it in, and they work every single time, and they lock out nice, and they're power routed as well. Okay, so things are starting to get a little bit of momentum now with the track work and the weather. It's pouring rain out right now. Perfect model railroading weather, right? Okay, let's get moving. Anyway, so I'm excited again now. I got a lot of the tutorials out of the way. Now I can start really sinking my teeth into it, right? And to get this track work nice, which is going to be kind of nice. And then just to mention this back area, just so if anybody was wondering, there's quite a bit of depth left there, right? Like, I think I have, let me just throw a tape measure on it. Yeah, I've got like 14 inches here, and probably all the way down about, well, over a foot. So depending what I do here, I've left a few options open. Like, it's going to be sloped. It's going to be a gradual slope. What it's going to be, this transition, because right here is going to be transition from Module A. Like, this is Module A corner, this steel sort of industrial. Like, a lot of the operations will be to the left here, right? And up through here is where all the action's going to be, right? Okay. And then there's going to be a big grove of trees through here, quite a few trees, like a break in the layout, just like the prototype. And then there'll be a change up here. Okay, where the shops will be down here, which I really want to do, because all the locomotives I have, and they service tons of locomotives, like as contractors, that's a whole story in itself with SRY, like their shops and how they service CP, CN, BNSF, other heritage stuff, you know. Okay, it's a perfect short line for my interests. All right. And then, like I say, that module down there, I have an idea for that I'll share later on down the road, okay? So that's kind of the update for now. This one's almost done. I'm really enjoying that. I'm going to show you a little bit of coverage on this three-way turnout that I've built. And there is an actual three-way turnout, a prototypical one, but it was in Calgary on a class one, on the class one, I think, or is it class one or class two? I can't remember, but I don't know if it's still operational, but it's justifiable for me for the short line, because they do have a three-way. They have a three-way on the Barge Slip at the end down here, and they also have some crossings too on Annacis Island. So there's a little bit of everything on this short line. Okay, and there's the track layout design right there, which is subject to revision. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your patience. Glad to be back on track and right into the Big Bend here, okay?